What's the real impact of burnout in your teams? When I was at the LDX3 conference the other week, Dominika Rogala gave a really interesting talk about the four dimensions of burnout, generally in leadership, but it translates to all levels. It's becoming more prevalent now as tech accelerates again with AI and agentic workflow. And she talks about the four dimensions of burnout, which is exhaustion, emotional distance, loss of efficacy, and that gap between who you think you should be and who you actually are.
At that point, it becomes very hard to keep saying that burnout is just lack of resilience. This is why so many traditional well-being interventions fail. Mindfulness classes, coaching, wellness perks, they can help individuals, but they do not redesign the environment people return to every day.
I relate to a lot of the points that Dominika talked about in there, and I highly recommend you go and watch the talk now that it's been published on the Lead Dev website. But this is the reason, or one of the reasons, why Serenity is such an important factor in the PETALS framework. When I introduced the PETALS concept as a team exercise, I was talking from the voice of experience. I'd been in roles which were burning me out. I'd been in management and contributor roles that were pushing me to the edge. And it's the reason why that factor is so important in this framework. Most other frameworks don't even ask about how you're feeling from a serenity or stress or well-being perspective. Most of them focus on the outcomes and the business metrics. But the reason why Petals land so well is because we're asking people how they're feeling about things. And burnout is just one angle when we talk about well-being and serenity. I really encourage you to go and watch this talk from Dominika, about 20 minutes long. And it was really quite eye-opening from a leadership perspective, but also from any team member that you're working with, and how you can make sure that you're all having a conversation about where burnout could be impacting you as a team and where you could potentially be changing things for the better. But also remember to keep those health checks happening regularly and using the Serenity score as a guide to have that conversation.